Hello, beautiful human. You clicked on our conversation with Ariana Grande, and this is a special one. It's unlike anything I've ever done before. I've never been more uncomfortable but comfortable in an interview in my own studio ever. I was uncomfortable because I left my desk. I never leave my desk. And I sat on the couch with Ari. Also, she flew in 25 of her fans. The studio was packed. We threw a legit slumber party in here. I never have people in the studio unless you're an artist or a group. That's it. But it was also the most comfortable I've ever been in an interview because Ari's one of my closest friends, and she is so kind, and she is smart, and she is gifted, and you're going to get to experience that Ariana in this conversation, and you experience that Ariana through Sweetener, her new album that is out now. I'm going to put a link to listen to Sweetener in the description below. Also, we have a podcast, link in the description below, and subscribe if you can. No pressure, though, and don't meme us out too hard, but please be honest with your feedback. Leave comments below.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
Sweetener Slumber Party in action right now.
In action.
Ariana Grande sitting on my couch. It's been a second. Like I feel
Sitting on my couch.
you are. This is it. It's all I got. It's not a bad couch. Doesn't suck too bad.
No, it's sick.
But we.
Good on you.
Thank you.
I don't know what I just said. I've never said that in my life. I go, good on
me.
you. Go on.
We we have so much to catch up on in reality because I've seen you not a lot, but there's been so much life that's hit you over the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Couple weeks, few weeks, months, year.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetener out very soon.
Mm-hmm. Slash probably now by the time this airs.
Yeah, it's out right now, and it's worth a listen.
That's sick. Thank you.
When you look back at this year so far, even though it's not even done, like, what do you think about, and what's been the biggest piece of knowledge that you feel like you've been able to take from this year?
Life's too short. And just, that. Like, life's too short. Be grateful and be happy and follow happy impulses, and the rest will sort itself out later. Have pure intentions, want good for other people. That's it.
How does that?
Too short. Life's too short.
But how does that change how you live your life every day?
I don't know. I just I feel very open and like honest and chill, and like I feel like myself again. I feel like for a while it was like not so much.
I understand.
Yeah, but like now it's like it's good. Like my mom cries when we FaceTime because like I'm so happy and okay. That's good. Like when you're like that good that your mom's like, "Hi, sweetheart. How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm good." She's like, "I can tell."
What brings out that happiness? Is it music? Is it where you're at in life right now?
Yeah. I think it's just where I'm at. I think it's like a combination of everything. I think it's like personal growth. Spent a ton of time in therapy last year, which is great. I so recommend it if you like need it. And music and like working on yourself, rehearsing, like dedicating yourself to your craft, like just making healthy choices,
Was going into therapy an easy decision for you?
Well, I've been in therapy since I was little because my parents got divorced when I was 8, and like I was in therapy then, and I was like, I didn't really like it at all. I was just like, I was like, this is stupid. But then I got older and I was like, okay, this is lit. And I like kind of became like a thing,
Yeah.
Like it happened fast,
Yeah.
So I had a lot of processing to do when that happened because of course your life changes so drastically like overnight, and it's kind of a scary period, like an adjustment period, so I was in a lot of therapy then, and last year was rough, and I got home and went back into it like hardcore, and I just feel like growth. I feel like growth, and I feel present, and I feel good. Yeah.
Do you feel like
this is like intense? It's off to a really intense start.
I was gonna end with this.
It's such an intense start. We are starting off.
We've started backwards
all the way. We dug in.
Well, but while we're on it, do you feel like there's a responsibility on you to be so public and honest about it?
No, I don't feel like. I try not to take into account what anybody wants from me or what I try to just like be authentic and be myself, and if I feel like doing something I do it, or say something I do it, I say it. Does that make sense?
100%.
Am I like, what am I saying? Am
No.
I
You're
Lil
living
Uzi
out
Vert?
exactly what you just said, right?
Am I
Which is
Lil
being
Uzi?
yourself.
I'm like, I don't know, man. Just do it.
No, you're in. Sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Oh my God,
excited.
you're so high.
No, I'm not.
He goes,
High on life.
he goes, Sweetener. Out of nowhere, he goes, Sweetener. The first time you listened to Sweetener, you were so high. He was in my car and he was like, bro, oh my God. And I was like, are you good?
I wasn't good.
No.
I felt that.
You felt it.
I felt every lyric and every piece of production.
I
and
appreciate it.
Every element.
It's like you heard everything at once individually. Like every track was soloed in his head. He was like,
But then you got Pharrell sitting here going, there's layers, and I'm picturing the physical layers, like on a computer screen somewhere, and how that all comes together. This album, different than any other album you've ever put out.
yeah.
To you, how?
Sonically, also where I'm using my voice is very different this time. I feel like everyone's heard me do like all the like gymnastic stuff, and it's fun. I love to sing, and like prove a point when I'm like, look what I can do. But also like, it's cool that this is way more about like the lyrical content, and it's like a sweeter, more mature side of my voice. I feel like it's like using newer parts of my range that I don't get to showcase on my like radio ones that are like and I'm like word. With all due respect, I'm just saying that. Like, when you hear something too many times on the radio and you're like, wow, that song that's like and I'm like
But isn't
so
that...
it's just like it's a whole new, it sounds like the way I talk, I feel like.
Which, in a way, is actually going to reinvent the songs that get played on radio, right? Because you have a tendency to dictate sound, and
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think with Pharrell, obviously,
hear that.
You're setting a whole new tone.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you.
I love her. What makes it fresh for you then, and what do you consider a challenge in the studio? Is it reinventing the way you use your voice?
I guess it was just kind of like, oh my God, what did I miss? What are we laughing at? Oh my God, thank you. No. I hear everything. By the way, since I can't see, my ears like kind of make up for it. I'm not even kidding. I literally hear what's happening in a restaurant down the block. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm here and I'm hearing him, but I'm also hearing them and like them back here and Diane and also like whatever's happening in there.
Your ears obviously attached to the fact that you can imitate anybody or anything, and you.
What was the first question?
I mean, I was asking about what is a challenge for you? Is it reinventing your vocal or figuring out how to use your voice in different ways?
No, I mean, the thing that I love most about this like project sonically is that all I really did was like sing in like my sweet lower register and stack the out of it. Like, I did 4 million harmonies on everything, and that's my favorite thing to do is like vocal arrange, vocal produce. Like, I like to comp my own vocals. Like, I like to like vocal arrange everything myself, and that was so much fun because everyone was just kind of like, yeah, do that. I was like, can I add like 7 more notes? And they were like, yeah, word, okay. So it was really cool. I got to like make everything sound like a big cloud, and I'm happy because also in the mix none of that got lost. Where usually like when they mix it, they can like tuck certain ad-libs into the back or like certain harmonies in the back, but like all the vocals we cut feel like one big lead, and that's really dope. Like, that's cool. Like, I don't know what part to sing live when I sing it. I'm just like, I'll just sing a different thing today because there's so many parts.
That keeps it fresh.
It's so much fun, yeah.
It keeps entertaining. Very cool.
I go,
How many, if I was to look at like a file of the vocals that you cut for Sweetener, how many like how long are the vocals? Like, how many different takes?
A lot.
Ton?
Well, not like takes, but like stacks and stuff. Like,
got it.
That's a lot. We maxed out Pro Tools with Get Well Soon. There are so many like parts and stuff that I was like, yo, can you add one more track? And he was like, nah, I can't. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, you can't. And I was like, sick.
it's really incredible. Do you feel challenged when you meet with somebody like Pharrell? Does he push you in a certain direction?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, my favorite thing about, hi, would you like to come front and center? Yes, you would.
He's a star.
Hi, baby. There we go.
He loves it.
Human being, man.
It's so scary.
You're so weird. I love you so much. Yeah, I mean, he pushed me in the best way because I was so ready to do something that didn't sound like what I had already done. Like, with all due respect for it, I was just like, you know, I don't want to do the same thing a million times over and just like reinvent my look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather reinvent my sound and do what I am comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'd rather have people talk about my music and my sound than the other stuff, like the stuff that distracts, I guess, from the music. So it was really dope to meet someone who was so down to take me to the complete opposite side of the spectrum and try so much crazy shit. Like, we did so many records that like didn't make the album as well, but like just to try the least expected. And then we found the Sweetener world, and then No Tears Left to Cry was kind of like this basically I did most of it with Pharrell first, and then I took it to Max and Sabin and Ilya, and I played it for them, and I was like, y'all trying to get in here, what? And they were like, I think we can do it. They were like, yeah, we're down. And they basically like accepted the challenge, and with No Tears Left to Cry, we wanted to bridge the gap between Dangerous Woman era and this one by basically like putting in the Sweetener, like I'm picking it up, like putting in like all that shit, and like the like the chord progression changing between the verse and the chorus, like I was like, we have to really do some weird shit here. I was like, you guys have, like, look what you're like dealing with here. Like, Pharrell's the coolest producer. We have to do some unexpected shit and like take inspiration from that. And I was like, my dream is to have a song with chords. It was like with the chorus in one key and then the verses in a completely different key. And that's kind of how that was born. I feel like No Tears Left to Cry is like, bye bye Dangerous Woman, hello Sweetener world, you know?
Yeah,
so,
no. An introduction.
I don't even remember the question. I'm talking a lot. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm trying to...
I can't stop. I'm like...
So you bring a whole album to Max Martin and his team that's done, or do they create songs for Sweetener from scratch?
I thought the album was done.
Okay.
Yeah, and I brought it to them, and I was like, I love y'all. I want you to be a part of this. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to be with like everyone, you know, and
Yeah.
like create with everyone before I decide the album is done. Like, I want to create with Tommy and Victoria. I want to create with Max and Ilya and Sabin, and I want to do that because like I won't know if it's done until I do, and it wasn't at all. That version of the album is still great. I love it, of course, but like going back and forth between Pharrell's production and Ilya's production and Tommy's production makes the individual like the flavors so much richer.
You're right.
Like, you'll be like, this is so weird. Like, you get to REM and you're like, and then you go to it's followed up by like God Is a Woman. You're like, oh wow, this is so fresh. And then like another Pharrell song will play and you're like, oh wow, like this is like exciting. Whereas like when you listen to them separately as separate albums, it doesn't necessarily give you the same experience.
I understand that.
They help each other out.
Yeah, different flavors that make up a bigger dish.
Absolutely.
Right?
There you go. There you go, Zach saying f him up.
When I first, I freaked out a lot when you played me the album, but God Is a Woman just got me going.
Thanks, man.
You understand the cultural relevancy of that before you do it, or as it's happening,
You mean
or
like
until after?
you mean like where we're at?
I mean, you're literally. I mean, you have a song that says "God Is a Woman."
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, there's a statement there. There's kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
You're tapping
for sure.
a few different things.
Yeah.
So, who pitches you that song?
Ilya.
Okay, and how finished was it before it got to you?
He had the hook.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, we love this hook. Would you want to sing it and like give it to a rapper? And I was like, absolutely not. I was like, no. I was like, just let me take this home tonight and I'll come back in the morning. And Daniel was doing my makeup and I was like, I don't wanna wait no time. And then I went back to see that day and I was like, can we record it now? And then I recorded it, and I was like, "Do you still want to put a rapper on it?" And they were like,
Was it named God is a Woman
Yeah.
when it came to you?
And I was like, because I wanted to write that day. I was like, I'll write for someone else. I thought Sweetener was done. I had my label meeting to play them the music in 2 days. And I just went to hang out with them and like get excited for the meeting basically. And I was like, I want to write while I'm here. Like, let's pull up something. And they were like, oh, like they pulled up this thing called like Single or something. They pulled up and I was like, oh, that's sick. I was like, that's cool. I'll write that for somebody else for sure. And then I was like, they pulled up another idea that was pretty dope, but like not it. And then Ilya was like, yo, what if we brought up God as a Woman? And I was like, what did you just say? And they were like, oh yeah, we have this idea called God as a Woman. And I was like, what the are you talking about? I was like, why did it take you this long to bring that up? It's me. I was like, oh my God, why can't we? Like, why did this take so long? And he pulled it up and he played it and I was like, shut the up. I was like, you need to shut up. I'm going home. I was like, bounce this, send it to me right now. I was like, I'll see you in the morning. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. They were like, why don't you record the hook? And I was like, oh, I will. And he was like, oh, send it to a rapper. And I was like, please just let me have a chance first. I was like, I want this to be mine.
It's
not the same. I don't want to share it with a rapper. I don't want to share it with a boy, especially.
Well, you've done a really great job. I mean, it's called God is a Woman.
It's called God is a Woman, you know? They can't...
Men are prophets.
I could envision a verse where they're lifting up the woman and stuff, but it's for girls.
Throughout your musical
With all
history,
due respect, of course, but like...
You've done a great job at picking collaborators and putting features on your songs that say something that you cannot or heighten and shine a brighter light on your message that you're looking to share.
Thank you.
So in that moment... why ever? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I was like, it's my turn. I'll say it.
What story do you think Pharrell was trying to tell by helping you tell your story?
I mean, it just sounds like me. You know what I mean? Like even the songs that like I didn't write with him, like the songs that like he picked for me, he picked because they sounded like me. Like when you hang out with me.
Yeah. Like
when I play this album for people, they're like, oh, this is so weird. It's like, it sounds like the person we hang out with, if that makes sense. And that was just really special. I mean, I love him so much. Like, he's just such a pure soul, and like he really gets me. And so
he's so happy around you. It's like
we love
you guys share each other's energy. It's really nice.
We're from the same planet.
You feed off of it. Who thought of the idea to finger the earth?
Oh, Dave Myers.
Dave Myers
thought about that. He was like, yo, you down? I was like, duh.
No hesitation.
I think we love working with each other so much because like he's the only one who's willing to go there and I'm the only one who wants to. Like, I'm so gung-ho. He's like, yo, you want to hang off a ladder for 12 hours today? I was like, yeah. I couldn't walk for like 2 days. But like, you know.
What drives that? What fuels that want to like just do anything?
Oh, peace.
Bye, Toulouse.
Just like, it's so hard to be original in this industry. Everyone has done it. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has done it first, and like to take inspiration from somewhere is always dope, but like there's always this hunger to like do something that no one is doing right now, or like do something that's different or sounds different or looks different, or like a hunger to push people somewhere new. I like to make people like a little bit like confused or mad, you know? Like with the upside down, like my cover art's just like simple as and upside down. I was like, people are gonna hate that. I'm gonna do it. I was like, I know what I should wear. A bunny mask on my people are gonna hate that. I'm gonna do it. That was like my thought process. I was like, no, I don't know. I just like to do like something to me that feels like it pushes people someplace new.
Where do you think you're pushing people now?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I don't know. I hope they like it though.
I think to a brighter place.
Well, yeah, obviously to a brighter place. I hope to do that. That's all I wanted to do with this body of work, was like put out that was gonna feel good. That's why there's only like one a little bit sadder record on it.
Would you consider it a ballad?
I wouldn't, because like when I think ballad, I think of like, I mean it is. It's a slow song. It's a ballad. But when I think ballad, I think beautiful Christina Aguilera. I think like I Have Nothing Whitney Houston. You know what I mean? There's a Hero, Vision of Love. You know what I mean? Like you think that when you think ballad. But these are like just like honest, slow vibes. I'm not really like doing all that on this song. It's more emotional than it is like me being like, oh yeah. It's not that.
What record is it?
Better Off.
Better Off.
Yeah.
How did that start?
Made that song a long time ago with this brilliant writer, Cadence, who you may have met at Halloween Horror Nights.
I did.
Yeah. And
cool.
Victoria.
She's great.
And I had Tommy reproduce it, and he did it really beautifully. It was really beautiful. And I wasn't gonna put it on the album because I didn't think I'd be where I am in life now, and like it was kind of almost too honest about like what I was afraid of happening. And then life changed and things happened, and I was like, you know what? It's like that's a really beautiful record, and it's something that is honest and whatever, and here we go. You know, so
what changed?
The you, Zach, saying. Yeah, man, get in there. Get in there. My surroundings, the people in my life.
So
Suck a dick, Zach saying.
Getting married?
No.
Would love to.
No, that has nothing to do with this record. I added this like way. Would love to. My guy.
My hands are sweaty.
No, my hands are sweaty. I don't know. I just was sitting around one day with Brian and Scott, and I was like, and he was like, yo. Brian was like, this was like. We were sitting in my house. I'm just gonna say the story. We were sitting in my house, like listening to the older records that like had not made it to Sweetener when it was only 10 songs. Remember that? Yeah. Trash. And we were like, Brian was like, yo, you can thank Brian Nicholson for this, honestly. He was like, you should listen to this song because it's really good and you made it. Moving on.
Okay, so Better Off is on the album.
Thank God, because it's really beautiful.
And maybe we'll play it tonight.
Yeah, I want to play everything.
I would love to hear it. Okay, let's get into this Gopher. What's the deal with Gopher and the God is a Woman video?
Oh yeah. So they kind of represent a bunch of things. Like to me, that feels like how I feel at times, being a woman who is like misunderstood and like constantly labeled or like pinned down as like as one thing or another, and you know, who's I feel like constantly misunderstood. Sometimes I'm just like. And those are like also like people reference like beaver as like
yes
they do. So I was like, what if they were just like they do that.
Yep.
They do they say like beaver as like they like guys will be like, oh, like beaver. No one says that anymore, angry but like beaver, yeah, angry beaver, yeah, like they say that about like feminists and
for sure they do.
So it was supposed to represent like the frustration of being a misunderstood woman and popping out of the ground, being seen as just a sometimes, and just screaming like frustrated, like, hi, I'm not just a vagina. So it's just a frustration of being a woman and feeling misunderstood and not heard, and like we've been screaming for decades for equality and also to be understood and to feel heard, and yeah, to be seen also as not just like a vessel for sex, and yeah, which like we totally can be if we choose to be also, which is sick.
We can be whatever we want to be.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
America.
Mm-hmm. We are the people.
That's freaking right.
This is America. We are the people.
What story are you trying to tell with Sweetener?
What story am I trying to tell with Sweetener? I think just I don't know. I don't want to tell people a story. I want them to like listen to it and take what they take from it, you know? But I do want it to give them a feeling of like, are you okay? Have you sprung a leak? You go. No, I don't want people to have their own experience with it, but I want the energy that they're left with to be very pure and light and happy.
So what does the album mean to you?
I love it. It feels good. It's just like where I'm at right now. Like I feel like I'm gonna look back at life and like instead of having kept diaries, like I will have made albums and be like, oh, I remember exactly what was happening when we made this song. I remember exactly what was happening. So it's just another dope chapter closed.
In life.
Mm-hmm.
Music for you obviously is with you no matter what. It's kind of, would you say it's a form of therapy?
Hell yeah.
Do you?
I literally haven't. I should, but I haven't talked to my therapist as much since we made Get Well Soon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you sending a message to in that song?
Myself, and obviously everyone who can relate to like what I was feeling at the time. But at the time, that was for me. Pharrell was like, we need to just, whether this goes anywhere or not, like this needs to be made because like of what you're experiencing. I was having like outer body experiences, and I was just very stressed. I was like, I don't know how I existed without y'all for 4 months at the beginning of this year, but yeah, it was so trash. It was so sad, but I wanted to like be dramatic and stuff. I also wasn't in like the best place like personally, so I didn't want to like bring that into our like energy. So I wanted to just like work on myself during that time and make sure I was like my best self possible before I started all this back up again. But I came into the studio one day and I was like, yo, P, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I was like, I literally am so stressed. I am out of my body. And he was like, who are you making choices for? And I was like, you. I was like, you're so smart. I was like, you're so wise. And yeah, he was very helpful to me like a lot of last year, like when I was on tour, and like she was really rough, but I never obviously I don't like to share when anything is ever wrong with y'all because I hate making you worry. It makes me, never, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's been very helpful to me. So when I went in that day, we made Get Well Soon. So it's for me, but also for anybody who has like those thoughts.
Do you document anything before you go into the studio to write that song, or do you just go in like in the middle, like mid emotion? Like
I was like I had like basically this really long, it felt like a panic attack that never ended. Like it was like, you know when you like feel like you're outside your body watching because you're so anxious? Does that make sense?
I get it.
Yeah, I was there for like a minute, you know?
Would you say this song brought you back?
I would say it helped for sure. But like he was super helpful in capturing exactly what that felt like in the song. It sounds exactly like what it feels like.
Would you say you're healed off of the year you've had?
I think it's a process. I think like obviously things come up and it's like, you know, I'm not like, you know.
Of course, you're human.
Yeah, but I am for sure the healthiest I've ever been. So that's sick. That's really awesome.
Could you have gotten there without music?
No. Oh, duh, no. I couldn't do anything without music.
I can't even.
Everyone's so quiet.
There's no thought in my brain that can even, music is part of you. You are part of music.
So quiet.
Is it?
Brian Nicholson is like,
I'm like holding my breath.
What is your relationship like with Nicki Minaj?
oh my God, the best. I love her so much. She's my actual sister. She's so funny. I love that bitch so much. It's crazy.
What was that defining moment in your relationship where you're like, okay, I'm friends with you forever?
I mean, we've been through so much together. Like, we've done a lot of hectic award shows together. We've done a lot of, like, crazy video shoots together. And, like, there have been times where, like, we'll be anxious or something, and I'll be like, bitch, let's go. I was like, we're cute as let's just nail this and get out of here. Like, let's go, you know? And, like, we've just been there for each other. Like really, actually, like, on some real shit, she'll reach out and blah, blah, blah. If she sees something going on, like, she'll, you know, we take care of each other.
It's cool.
It's super hard to find people like that in the industry. I don't have many friends that I've met this way, like through this. I mean, like, I've known you 7, 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah.
Everyone I am close with is somebody that I have with me for life, like from home.
It's really cool.
Like her and Troy, we've become really close, but like it's such a rarity. I love them, and Fro, but yeah.
Where we at with Troye Sivan?
I love him so much.
He's
What
so
a cutie.
adorable.
What a pure soul. He was so funny on the dance to this video shoot. I swear to God, he almost broke his leg like 3 times. Like he was like jumping around. He like fell off a chair. Like it was so funny. And we did this twig. We did this take where he was twerking. And we watched it. And he was like, I'm going to kill myself. Oh my God. He was like, I can't do that. He was like, I can't do that ever again. So he was like, I can never see that again. I'm going to kill myself. It was so funny. I was like, you pure baby. It was so funny.
In the studio,
He makes me laugh.
do you hear that song when it's already done and he asks you to be on it? Dance to this?
Yeah, he sent it to me and I was like, I already knew I wanted to do it before he sent it to me because he has really great taste and I love his music. But he sent it to me and I was like, and then I cut it and I sent it to him and he was like, this is exactly how I pictured it in my head. And I was like, cutie. I can't do his voice. That was trash.
The video is great. I like the little kids.
Thanks. Yeah, they're so cute. The little kids.
Adorable.
They were so cute.
Missy Elliott's my favorite too.
Yeah?
I love her.
Yeah, me too. I love her.
What was-
I grew up listening to her. Like when I was way too young to already be listening to her.
That record is great
I was like
too.
6 and I was like, if you got a big, let me search it. My mom was like, oh my God. My mom was like, my girl.
Has she sent you a tracksuit?
Uh-huh.
Has Missy
Oh, no,
Elliott sent-
no, not yet.
She
not
should
yet.
do
She
that.
should. That'd be sick. I'd cry.
Yeah,
I
that's
have a song with Missy Elliott. That's crazy.
and it's a jam. I mean, all of
Yeah.
them are, but like.
And she wrote
Missy
that
record-
too. I love the way she writes top lines. They're so beautiful. They're sick.
You sampled when I first listened to the album back at the top of March. You sampled an iconic group at the time. Are you still sampling that group? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
What? What'd I do? No.
What'd you replace it with?
That was a song called You, and it was on the track list, and it was in the video, but I scribbled it out because, like, when I was shooting No Tears, I was like, I don't want that to be on the album. I was like, I don't want it. But I probably will drop that at some point because I do like it a lot. But I don't, we replaced the sample, though.
How many
It was just a drum sample, nothing exciting.
How many songs do you sit on right now that could have been on Sweetener?
30.
30. Mm-hmm. Do you plan on
Where do people get the number 300? I know. 300? I was like, what the f-?
a lot of music?
I was like, I didn't write 300 songs. I have 300 songs in my Files app, which is what I said. I said Files app. And I think that he thought I said file stack. And I was like, what's that? Or final stack? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'll go with it. But no, like around 30.
Do you plan on all those songs seeing the light of day?
And the songs in my Files app are like versions of songs. So there's 300, but really there's probably like 50.
And do you not delete anything just in case? Neither do
delete
I.
anything.
I hoard. I have like 500 unread texts. Toulouse. So all 30 of those you want in people's ears?
Or, I mean, there's a bunch of them that like are dope, but I'm very, very picky when it comes to what makes the final one because I don't want it to be something that's just good. It's like, oh, it's a pop. I don't want it to be just like good. I want it to be either different or like challenge your taste buds or like different for me or like, you know?
Yeah. How do you get Madonna be in your music video?
I texted her.
Just casual?
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
I
It's
was
crazy.
Like, I was like, hey, Em. I was like, I know you have so much going on and like it's probably not gonna happen, but I had to ask because you're such an inspiration to me, obviously, and this record is probably one of the most important ones I'll ever put out, and I wouldn't have the balls to put it out if you didn't exist and if your art didn't open the doors for me to be able to do this now. So I wanted to ask you to be a part of this. It's simple. It's just a couple lines of voiceover and that's it. And she was like, you don't want me, do I have to show up? Should I be on camera? And I was like, oh, you don't have to, don't worry about it. Like, we just need your voice. Like, and she was like, oh, really? That's so simple. Of course. Like, I love this. And she was like, can I see the treatment? Like, can I see the lyrics? Can I hear the song? And I sent her the treatment, which was like this cartoon version of the music video, which is what Dave Meyers does. Like, when he writes a treatment, he makes like a cartoon version of it. And, I sent it to her, and she was like, She was like, this is risque for you. And I was like, I know. And she was like, I'm very proud. And so she was in Portugal at the time, and she was in the studio working on music herself which we're also excited for. And she did like 7 takes of the voiceover. And she was like, all right, I did 7 takes. She was like, my favorite takes are 4 and 7. And she was like, I think you should use the first half of 4 and the last half of 7. And I was like, okay, like, queen, okay. And it was just so crazy. Like,
That's surreal.
it's so surreal. You go, that's surreal. No, it was really surreal. And I sent her the final product. And I remember she said, like, I could literally cry. She was like, I'm so proud of you. Keep fighting the fight.
That's I'm lost for words.
Isn't that sick?
It's amazing. I mean,
Like, keep fighting the fight. Like, she paved the way.
but for you, and you're continuing it.
She paved the way for all of us. There's nothing she hasn't done, you know?
For women.
Mm-hmm.
And you come from a line of the strongest, hardest, most, focused and passionate and incredible women I've ever met.
You're so cute, you're gonna cry.
It's the truth. I mean, really. Thinking about you're not.
Yeah, my mom's a bad bitch. Known as a bad bitch.
It's God is a woman for them. That has to be a validating moment for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's Nona's reaction when you play it for her?
Oh, she loved it so much. She was like, I was like, Nona, what do you think of like No Tears Left to Cry? And she was like, oh, Ariana, that God is a woman is beautiful. And I was like, do you like any other songs? She was like, yeah, but that God is a woman. And I was like, you're so cute. I think she's just like, she loves it.
Was religion a part of your life growing up?
It was, yeah. I like went to Catholic school. It was like so funny and like no, it's not funny. It's like, you know, you're raised. I'm Italian. I went to Catholic church. She's Italian. Yeah, I learned. I went to class. I did the Sunday church thing, and I think it was the Pope at the time was like totally homophobic and totally not a fan of women at all, or like also like SpongeBob or Harry Potter, and I was like, nah, this, I can't do this.
Not for me.
I was like, I'm out, guys, I can't do it. And I just became more spiritual because it didn't feel like something that, and a lot of people do, like, it obviously, like, it resonates with them and it helps them through
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not a very religious person, so I became more spiritual, and here I am.
Which
The God is a woman, it's not actually about God.
no, it's about the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what?
And
I don't know a ton about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
The song will tell you everything you need to know. No, but I love you.
Learned a lot.
I love you. But
You
yeah.
wanted this to just be like us hanging out. This is chill.
It is.
I haven't said that in the studio
it's
either.
about women and female energy, like feminine energy, being responsible for the whole creation of the universe.
the whole creation of the universe.
It's within.
Does Pete Davidson believe that God is a woman?
I think so.
He better, right?
Yeah. He loves that song.
Yeah.
He's so cute. He's like, that shit's hard. He's like, that fucks hard. And I'm like, wow. I was like, whoa. He was like, any guy who can't admit that is just, they're lying.
He has Hillary Clinton tattooed on his body?
Mm-hmm. On his
Come on. That's
He's sick.
Come on. That's proof.
He's so dope.
I have not met him, but
He's
I
a
want
feminist.
to.
He's tight.
Can I see the ring? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but like, can we like not put this part in the interview?
Oh, get out of here. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
You pass it around. Take it off.
Yeah, I see that part. Good for you. Oh my God.
I have so many questions about Pete because I don't know Pete.
Yeah.
I look forward to meeting him.
Yeah.
And I want to. Okay, he proposes. First thing that. Yeah, please tell the story.
You heard that?
It's not about what you heard. Get out of here.
What did you hear?
The direct source is here.
I know, I shouldn't believe everything, and I always think I'm like,
No, tell me.
you guys don't believe what isn't like confirmed.
What, that he was high?
Yeah.
He's always
In bed.
high. Yo, yeah.
That they were like in bed and that he was high and that you were crying. I was
Well,
like, "Aw."
that crying selfie. Everyone thinks it was that.
No, that was like a week or two later, actually.
But we saw the stories. Like,
I was just happy. I'm just be crying, like, out of happiness, literally lately. I was on FaceTime last night crying.
To who?
He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm great." I'm a mess. I'm crying randomly, like, of happiness. That's good though.
Good tears.
Like
Those
my
are the tears you want.
mom called me crying today, tears of happiness. Are we okay?
No.
Anyway, sorry, what was the question? How do you propose to
Well,
me?
I want to start from the beginning. First time you meet Pete, are you SNL?
Mm-hmm.
When Chris Pratt was hosting, you were just performing?
We didn't meet that time.
No.
Mm-mm.
What time?
That was his first time on the show. My first time on the show was his first time on the show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you never...
Crying.
Okay, so when do you actually meet in person? When do you
When I
connect?
hosted, yeah.
That was it?
When I came back to host, I have a story. It's so cute. I'm not like a crushy person. I've never had a one night stand, which is like fine. Like if you have them, obviously, duh. But like I've never had one personally because I'm like a you know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna vibe with someone and like
You're gonna vibe.
I'm gonna like take them for
That's-
a minute. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm a very like, oh cool, you know, like
You don't give energy to those that like feel
No,
like
no,
they
no.
could just take it and run.
And I also am not the kind of person to like see a lead in a movie or like see a picture of someone and be like, oh, he's hot, like he could get it. That's just I don't have that. Like I have to like
I feel like you cultivate
have a
love.
connection. I have to like have a
Yeah.
connection with someone. It's very weird, but yeah. So basically, I never had like do I have crushes?
No. I know, you do not.
Anyway,
Was this a crush?
oh, for the longest time.
So
For
how does
the
it
longest time.
how does it start?
For the longest time. So I was Courtney. Did I have a crush on him or what? Y'all should see our DMs. Oh my god. No, okay, so I have to tell you the story because it's really cute. I don't want to sleep on this one. Is Rashad here?
Yeah.
When I hosted SNL.
Ah.
So basically, like when you host SNL, you do like you go to Lauren's office and everyone like pitches you just like we're sitting right now, like me, Lauren, and then like all the writers and actors on the show will pitch you ideas for stories. And then after that, you go from like writer's room to writer's room. So you'll go like I went to Taryn's room first, and then I went to 80's room or something, and then I went to Pete's room, and he was with his writing partner and best friend Dave, whom I love. He's great. Yeah, I was just like listening to him pitch me ideas and stuff, and I was like, oh my god. And like I don't know, I guess
What
thought
was
he
it?
was like super dope. Because Rashad was waiting for me outside to like take me to the next room.
Was there a different energy about her?
She said, "I'm going to marry that man."
You really said that?
Mm.
Well, hold on. It's a big deal. Who reaches out to who after you realize that this is the person you're gonna marry?
I mean, we didn't talk for years. We weren't even friends or anything. But I remember when I was rehearsing my monologue, I like looked off stage right where he was like waiting to come on and be like, "Hey, want to smoke some pot?" And I was like, and I like saw he had his sleeve like that, and I saw the Deathly Hallows here, and the tiny tip of like a Dumbledore quote.
Perfect.
And I was just like looking over like, cause I thought he was cute, so I was like looking over anyway. And I was like, I was like, and I walked over to him and I was like, "Is that the Deathly Hallows?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Carry on." I walked away, and that was really it.
Wedding?
What about it?
Are we waiting? What's our timeline here? Should we be planning some sort of a bridal shower?
We're waiting, but we're planning, and I'm not gonna tell anybody nothing. I kind of don't want to tell anybody anything till it's like done.
But planning process is happening.
Yeah.
Where do you host that wedding? New York? Boca?
No, shut up. I'm not going to tell anyone.
LA?
Never.
Have
never.
you thought about your bridal party yet?
Yeah.
Who's in it?
You.
Do I get an honor?
Yeah.
This is on the record because I will look great.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Who else? Courtney?
Yeah, duh.
I'm very happy that you're in this place. It's pretty freaking incredible, and it's really cool how this has all happened.
It's dope.
How was your mom after meeting Pete for the first time?
Loves him.
I was worried.
Loves and adores. I mean, of course you were.
Yeah.
She's the scariest woman in the world when you're dating me.
But the kindest, most incredible human being.
Ever.
Like, when she takes you in, she
but
takes
not
you
when
in
you're
until
like,
the end.
but not when you're my boyfriend. Like,
No.
she's never liked anyone. She's so scary. She's so scary when it comes to that stuff. Baby, why are you crying? Because why are you crying?
Because he's the only love.
Because obviously I'm her only daughter and she wants to protect me and blah, 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 blah. So she's pretty hard to please in that department, but she's very happy.
How about Nona?
Very happy. Oh, very happy.
What does he do?
Loki wants him. I'm like, Nona, relax.
But what does he do to impress them? Or does he say something?
No,
like, is there a
he's
moment?
he's just Pete.
Just his presence.
Yeah, it's sick. They like him very much, though. It's good. It's all very good.
I feel very happy for you because
Thank
your
you.
happiness is just, it's coming off of you and onto everybody else.
Thank you.
Which is really evident in Sweetener. And
Thanks.
it's cool.
I hope you feel the vibes when you listen.
I want to know about how he actually proposed because we skipped that question and started
Yeah.
from the beginning.
It was just really simple and really sweet. We were just like hanging out, and he had a ring, and yeah, he just asked me. It was really sweet.
Who's the first person you call?
He didn't get on a knee or anything, thank God. I would have been like,
You don't want that?
No! Oh my God, that would have been so googly. Sorry. Can I thank you? But yeah, no, I'm not like a very traditional person. So the fact that I'm even getting married is something I never even saw coming, right?
Neither did he.
So they said, yum. Yeah, I never saw that coming. Like I never wanted that. Like I was like, that. There's no point. I was like, what's the point? And then I kind of understood it when it was like with the right person. All right, go on. Check your declaration.
Back to my declaration.
I want to get to y'all's questions eventually.
Hey, big energy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a confidence thing?
Yeah.
Does he have it?
He invented that. My baby shifted culture.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a moment of pride when that happens?
I was showing him like really funny online, being like, yo, look at this list of people who have it and who don't. I was like, I think we really did something here.
Ready for the VMAs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Been working on it?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be crazy?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be sick.
Cool. Is that
It's
all?
definitely my favorite performance.
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry.
Bless
Gesundheit.
you. Bless your child.
Pressure at all to match those music videos that, by the way, have really shaped culture? You're fingering the earth. That's gonna stick around forever.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to make sure it's as impactful, you know?
I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.